To me, Pepys is an opportunist. He rises to greatness because of the people he knows, the places he's in, and he's also got some very influential relations that he can use to give him information about things like what's happening in the royal court, which he writes down in his diary and takes pleasure in doing so. Charles II had a notorious reputation for his virility and his sexual appetite. The king had various mistresses at various times, and the most dominant of these was Barbara Villiers. They started an affair, and that affair continued throughout most of Charles's reign. And Pepys became absolutely obsessed with the relationship that she was having with the king. He writes about how she falls in and out of favour, but he was also lusting after her as a woman as well. She was very, very attractive. She was a very strong woman, very shrewd woman, and Pepys found that very appealing. And he talks about having naughty dreams about her. He talks about going to Whitehall and seeing her undergarments on the washing line and taking a glut of them. But he was very much interested as well in how she was sort of controlling the relationships between the king and various other mistresses in the court. Nell Gwynn became the king's mistress in the mid-1660s, and she had originally been an orange seller in the king's playhouse. She graduated to become an actress, and she was one of the first women to act on the stage in the history of British theatre. Pepys described her as pretty, witty Nell. She was a very attractive woman. The painting was probably done around 1668. The story goes that it apparently used to hang on a wall in Whitehall Palace behind a sliding panel, and it could be slid out of the way to show sort of intimate friends what was behind, or for the king's own pleasure. Pepys had his finger on the pulse of what was going on, and he was very critical of what was happening. He believed the king was more interested in his own pleasure than running the country. What's interesting is that Pepys's life also reflected what the king was up to, because he was making his way around London, sleeping with various women while being married as well. So it's interesting double standards with Samuel Pepys.